what preparation specifically for your disability did you do before you went abroad?
So I definitely went to see my audiologist to make sure that my hearing aids were okay before I went abroad. And it's actually funny because a few weeks after I went to my audiologist, my hearing aids actually stopped working like the day before or a few days before I was supposed to leave. And I ended up going through like the airport and the first few days and where I went, like I ended up being there without hearing aids for the first few days. So that was interesting. I also made sure, so my hearing aids have like a little like squishy thing at the end to earpiece to fit into the ear to make it comfortable. I definitely made sure that I had extra of those because either I'll lose them or they tend to get stuck in my ear sometimes. So like once it gets stuck in my ear, I'm like, okay, you shouldn't be in my ear anymore. So I just need to get another one.
Are they uncomfortable?
No, not really. Not unless I'm like sweating or something. And then it's just like there's moisture and there's an object in there, so it feels weird. Like I can feel that it's in there.
Where did you study, volunteer, or work abroad? For how long? What was your experience like? Were the people around you aware of your disability, and how did they react to it?
So I was in New Delhi, India for about 2 months before COVID hit, and then everybody had to go back to their homes. My experience was amazing for the short time that I was there. The first month, I definitely spent a lot of time by myself, specifically because while I was in India, there were also other protests happening. So the school that we had went to, the students there weren't actually in class yet because they were protesting. So we didn't really get to meet any of or be in class with any of the other Indian students or until like a month after we were there. So I definitely spent a lot of that first month, I guess, getting a feel of the land that I was new to, getting a feel of the people in the community. I volunteered at a school with other disabled children specifically. And I specifically hung out a lot with the deaf and hard of hearing kids. And that was a great experience. It was really cool. I picked up a few Indian.
Were the people around you aware of your disability?
So yes, because the professors that I went with, they were also professors at the university that I attended in America. So they knew about that beforehand. And I also told the student, I guess, I don't want to call them advisors, but I'll call them advisors. The student advisors at the university that was helping us with everything. I definitely let them know. I think I let everybody know for the most part of it. A lot of, like, all of my classmates knew too, because it is definitely something that affects me in everyday conversation in general. So yeah, everyone knew. The reaction to it, for the most part, it was like, okay. Or if someone was like, oh, my cousin's deaf and dumb. And that was an interesting conversation. Yeah, we had to talk about like political correctness and everything, but it wasn't from a place of like maliciousness. It just wasn't, I guess they just weren't educated on it specifically.
Was your mental health impacted negatively at any point while you were abroad because of anything related to your disability?
I actually had a panic attack at one point because one of my professors failed, or both of my professors failed to provide accommodation, physical, written, or digital information about when we were supposed to leave a specific place at a specific time. So, in the reaction after that, like basically they just didn't tell us when we were supposed to leave in the morning. Um, and I woke up at like 5 in the morning, something around that, like with one of my professors banging on my door. And then when I opened it, it was like a really aggressive response after it. And coming from someone that has prior verbal, emotional abuse in their childhood, it really affected me to a point where I didn't even know what to do. So my reaction was like defense mode all the way. And I think my initial reaction to it afterwards wasn't necessarily the best reaction, but it was my reaction. And a few days later, I definitely um I guess realized why exactly I had that reaction and what could I have done if I had been more aware of my emotions specifically and what exactly was happening, you know? So I emailed the professors and officially requested for all information to be accessible digitally or written down.